It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And coming up, we've got Daniel Jones. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Jags and the Texans on Sunday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, it's the 272nd and final game of the regular season, and we've got a good one to finish things off, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and of course take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On the option left, it's Jones. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing, Jones. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And some strong running. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs? That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Looking to throw. Jones. On the out route, he finds Hardman. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now 2nd and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Back to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Purdy looking to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Jaguars are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. For the moment, they're on top of their division, projected to host a wild card game in the first weekend, but nothing is set in stone. There's a lot of shuffling that can still go on here. They haven't even clinched the playoff berth.
A lot goes into that one word you use, doesn't it? But. You're exactly right, because nothing's clinched. So that means another win is necessary, being able to play to the best of their abilities, because they can go from where they are right now to right out of the playoff race. If things go in the wrong direction for them, they've got to take care of business.
That's to the tight end, Laporta. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jaguars at 10-6 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the play fake, Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
That's caught left side by Hardman. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This a 2nd and 8. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Purdy. He finds Pickens over the middle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Purdy from the gun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Patrick Queen coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
The Texans send the punter out. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. A short throw to Ingram. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 59 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to stretch out their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Purdy now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Piñeiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. taken at about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
First down, Texans.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Touchdown, Texans.
Rashee Rice
from 6 yards away.
And the Texans get a bit closer.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make it 24-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in a zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
On 2nd and 10, Jones.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Off play action, Jones.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. That one goes for 24 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Jones now throwing on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. But Darian Mathis burying him for the sack. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, a short throw to Ingram. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Daniel Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jags are able to add on to their first half lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Purdy's throw into the hands of Pickens. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go play action here. Purdy. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it.
Pass interference. Defense.
So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this one is right through. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was a terrific first half from quarterback Daniel Jones. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it, powering forward. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
First down, Texans.
Pickens going in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down, Houston.
Here's Purdy. Finding Pickens for another catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Purdy will look to throw again here. He finds his man Johnson. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First and goal, Houston.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Purdy. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Rashee Rice, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Throwing Jones.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
What's up, man?
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. Nice little juke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Jones. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Texans' 30-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Off the play fake. Jones
Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
As largely been the air attack that's gotten him down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Again, McCaffrey, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Purdy.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Here's Hardman to return.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. first play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, that's Tillman. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back, but they fell asleep at the switch.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones gets this over the middle to Tillman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
On for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
At the 28-yard line.
Play action. Now Purdy. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Looking to throw. Jones.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Daniel Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now out comes Houston.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And here's Freiermuth again.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Purdy's throw complete there to Rice.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Kamara trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Gibson diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. On the give, here's McBride, and he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Houston set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Purdy. A quick throw there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, a chip shot here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Houston's offense taking over again. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Taking it about the 36. Just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Jags, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.